Hi, I'm Alicia Reynolds, and I'm doing an informative speech on sleep deprivation. This is my audience. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, they estimate that each year drowsy driving is responsible for at least 100,000 automobile crashes, 71,000 injuries, and 1,500 fatalities. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, sleep is increasingly recognized as important to public health, with sleep deprivation linked to motor vehicle crashes, industrial disasters, and medical and other occupational errors. Caroline Gregory, a senior editor for the Huffington Post, stated that sleep deprivation is estimated to cost American corporations $63 billion in lost productivity. The CDC estimated that 50 to 70 million U.S. adults have a sleep or wakeful disorder. Sleep disorders and chronic sleep problems can put people at risk for serious health problems. As a parent to 2 small children, I know how it feels to run on small amounts of sleep and how it affects me mentally and physically. During my presentation, I hope to inform you about the many effects of sleep deprivation. I will begin by talking about the mental effects that sleep deprivation causes. I will next share with you the physical effects that sleep deprivation can have on the human body. I will conclude by describing proven ways to maintain better sleep habits. To begin, let's focus on the mental effects. When you lack sleep, your mental functions are slower, which makes it difficult to perform everyday tasks and can make the quality of life poor. Sleep deprivation makes people forgetful and dulls the mind. People have various sleep cycles that play a role in consolidating memories and past experiences in the mind. In 2009, American and French researchers determined that brain events called sharp wave ripples are responsible for consolidating memory. The ripples also transfer learned information from the hippocampus to the neocortex of the brain, where long-term memories are stored. Sharp wave ripples occur mostly during the deepest levels of sleep. Also, when people don't get enough sleep, they won't be able to remember what they've learned and experienced the day before. According to Dr. Matthew Walker, a University of California, Berkeley sleep researcher, he stated, "When you haven't slept, your ability to learn new information can drop by up to 40%. Decreased alertness and excessive daytime sleepiness affects the memory, concentration, reasoning, and problem solving, which makes it more difficult to learn new information. It's pretty difficult to focus attention on the task at hand and to get anything done when the body hasn't had enough sleep. Finding inspiration and coming up with new ideas also isn't the easiest thing to do when the body is exhausted. Lack of sleep lowers activity in the prefrontal cortex of the brain, and that's the area responsible for high level of thinking, self-control, and creativity. One study conducted in the late 90s found that just 24 hours of sleep loss impairs innovative thinking and flexible decision making. Lack of sleep can also affect interpretation of events. This hurts the ability to make good judgments because people may not assess situations accurately and act on them wisely. A 2015 Washington State University study showed that sleep loss affects critical thinking in high-stakes situations, like the decisions made by doctors in the operating room and soldiers on the battlefield. When the study participants had been deprived of sleep, their brains were simply unable to process feedback from their actions and changing circumstances. Sleep deprivation is linked to psychiatric problems and depression. Lack of sleep and sleep disorders can contribute to the symptoms of depression. In 2005, Sleep in America poll, people who were diagnosed with depression or anxiety were more likely to sleep less than 6 hours a night. Insomnia is the most common sleep disorder and has the strongest link to depression. Sleep loss triggers the symptoms of depression, and depression can make it more difficult to fall asleep. Insomnia and depression feed on each other. Treating sleep problems can help depression and its symptoms, and vice versa. Sleep loss can cause high stress levels. Stress and sleep loss are a vicious cycle. High stress levels often play a role in insomnia and sleep disturbances. And poor sleep in turn contributes to greater levels of the stress hormone cortisol circulating in the body. Research has found that in just 24 hours of sleep deprivation can significantly increase cortisol levels, which also hinder attention and working memory. The body is not able to function at a maximum level when under stress. Memory, learning, focusing, decision-making, and cognitive performances suffer as a result of both acute and chronic stress. I'd now like to talk to you about the physical effects of sleep deprivation. Lack of sleep can have many harmful physical effects on the human body. Sleep disorders and chronic sleep loss can put the body at risk for certain medical conditions, such as heart disease, heart attack, heart failure, irregular heartbeat, high blood pressure, stroke, diabetes, and diabetes. Sleep apnea and snoring are also medical conditions that can disrupt sleep patterns, in turn making the body sleep deprived, and over a long term can turn into a more serious health problem. Losing sleep can make you gain weight. Lack of sleep seems to be related to an increase in hunger and appetite and possibly linked to obesity. According to Dr. Allison Seaburn, in a 2014 article on WebMD, a study of people who slept less than 6 hours a day were almost 30% more likely to become obese than those who slept 7 to 9 hours. Studies show that the ability to lose weight has a lot to do with nightly hormones. Two hormones that are key in the process are ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin is the go hormone that tells you what to eat, and when you are sleep deprived, you have more ghrelin. Leptin is the hormone that tells you to stop eating, and when you are sleep deprived, you have less leptin. Skin health can lack, and the quality of sleep can be a vicious cycle. Chronic sleep loss can lead to lackluster skin, fine lines, and dark circles under the eye. When you don't get enough sleep, the body releases excessive amounts of cortisol, which can break down skin collagen. During deep sleep, the rise in growth hormones also damage cells that need to be repaired. Without the deeper phases of sleep, this won't occur, allowing daily small breakdowns to accumulate instead of being reversed overnight. This results in more noticeable signs of aging. Sleep loss also causes the body to release too much human growth hormone. When we're young, human growth hormone promotes growth. As we age, it helps increase muscle mass, thicken skin, and strengthens bones. Not enough sleep makes immune-related skin problems worse. Poor sleep can lead to increased stress hormones in the body that increase the severity of inflammatory skin conditions such as acne and psoriasis. Now I'd like to talk about the healthy sleeping habits. Healthy sleeping habits can improve the quality of life. Sleep hygiene refers to a series of habits and rituals that can improve the ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. Being consistent helps reinforce the body's sleep-wake cycle, and helps promote better sleep at night. Sticking to a consistent sleep schedule of the same bedtime and the same wake time, even on the weekends. Relaxing activities such as reading or taking a warm bath can promote better sleep by easing the transition between wakefulness and drowsiness. Things to avoid. Some researchers suggest that screen time or other media/electronic use before bedtime interferes with sleep. This includes cell phones, tablets, computers, or TV. Many people use TV to wind down at the end of the day, but that actually suppresses melatonin, and many programs are stimulating rather than relaxing. Alcohol, cigarettes, and caffeine late in the evening can keep the body in a lighter stage of sleep when consumed prior to bed, which leads to poor sleep. Eating big or spicy meals can cause discomfort, making it hard to sleep. Avoiding bright light in the evening and exposing your body to sunlight in the morning will help keep the body's circadian rhythm. Melatonin is a naturally occurring hormone controlled by light exposure. that helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle. The brain secretes more melatonin when it's dark, making the body sleepy, and less when it's light, making the body more alert. However, many aspects of modern life can alter the body's natural production of melatonin and shift the body's circadian rhythm. Napping during the day is also another thing that you should avoid. If you have trouble sleeping, avoid napping, especially in the afternoons. Power napping may help you get through the day, but if you find that you can't fall asleep at bedtime, eliminating even short cat naps can help. The National Health Institution suggests that school-age children need at least 10 hours of sleep daily. Teens need 9 to 10 hours, and adults need 7 to 8. According to the CDC, 1 in 3 adults are not getting enough sleep on a regular basis. Dr. Wayne Giles, director of the CDC, states, we as a nation are not getting enough sleep. Lifestyle changes, such as going to bed at the same time each night, rising at the same time each morning, and turning off or removing televisions, computers, mobile devices from the bedroom can help people get the healthy sleep they need. This wraps up my presentation on the effects of sleep deprivation. In conclusion, too little sleep can affect the body mentally and physically, but can be fixed with a few simple healthy sleep habits. And with all the knowledge and treatment options available, certain health risks, accidents, memory, and productivity problems can be avoided.
Again, do it again.